Ireland, to a large extent today, has become a de-Christianized country. And certainly, official Ireland has become a de-Christianized area. This has not come about by accident. It was deliberately brought about by various agencies, by the political establishment, by the media, by academia, the entertainment industry, and so on. And for those who have brought it about, it is considered a great progress that we have become a kind of more sophisticated people, a more wise people, a liberated people. Whereas in fact, it is really a great sign of stupidity. We are now incapable of answering the great questions of life. What has happened now is that we no longer even ask those questions. The purpose of life, where we have come from, the possibility of hope in life, and so on. That we have become a people incapable of even considering these fundamental questions of our lives. And we consider this sophistication and progress. What have we put in its place of Christianity? Well, that to a large extent is an issue we don't even want to ask. But if we do ask it, we have to say that Christianity has been replaced with secularist ideology, with an atheistic view of life, where we consider God either irrelevant or non-existent. But when we reflect on that, we discover that this is no answer, that this basically is an attempt to build a civilization on a foundation of despair. It's an attempt to build a luxury hotel on a bottomless swamp. And that is what we are trying to do in our country today. That the whole culture of despair is taking over more and more without us even realizing it. And so many symptoms of that culture are evident all around us. That hopelessness that is taking possession, ultimate hopelessness, taking possession of people's lives. And where has the church been in all this? To a large extent, we would have to say that the response of the church has been, at the very best, extremely inadequate. That is due to various factors. It is due to timidity, to apathy, to the terrible scandals that we have had, and also to the lack of vocations and to the lack of zeal for evangelization. Where do we go from here? Well, I think we have got to realize that the world is crying out for a reason to hope, for a grounds of hope. And the church is the only one that can provide that ultimate hope, that can give us that vision of life, that can tell people their lives here on earth has a purpose, that they are destined for eternal life, that they are destined for eternal happiness. We are not called to be good people. We are not called to be wise people, prudent people, kind people. Certainly we should be all those things. But we, above all, are called to be saints. Nothing less than saints. Each one of us is called to be a saint. And that means working, taking responsibility for our own holiness, for our own growth in love of Jesus. But it's also a call to be missionaries, to bring hope to our world. So often now, our young people are leaving our homes, they're leaving our schools without any ultimate hope. We have no right to deny people hope. We have no right to deny our own children and our grandchildren the hope of eternal happiness, the hope of eternal life, the hope of union with God. We should be filled with zeal, with an eagerness to share our faith fearlessly at every opportunity, to give people a sense that life has purpose, that we are created by God for eternal union with Him. And that if we don't achieve that, then our whole life is worse than useless. It is the great vision of eternal life, of happiness in heaven, that we have to share with the whole world.